what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here. I want to do a quick review today and something that can hopefully help you out in the actual photography work field, and that is a camera bag. And by the title, you know it's made by Manfrotto, and it's the Manfrotto Allegra 10. Now, I was able to have the option to use this from a friend, and I was able to borrow it because I saw it and I said, you know what, this might be very practical for what I do with events and wedding photography, because it just worked for what it is. The length is great, the build quality is amazing. But let's just take a quick look at the Allegra 10, this camera bag, to see what it can offer yourself and what it can offer for the photography industry. I bought this myself. Let's check this out. So what's interesting right off the back is how they market this, because I don't think Manfrotto is actually doing it right. And the little tag that they have right here, it says this bag fits the Canon EOS M, Nikon 1, the Pen series, the Sony NEX series, Samsung Pentax, and very small cameras, which of course it does because it's obviously a smaller bag. But I've also fit my Nikon D750 in there with a big lens on it as well. So what I'm using this bag right here for is more or less for my wedding photography. I'm able to sling it around myself. I'm able to, open it up. It has a nice little insert in here. And I'm able to put in, a second body, because I don't necessarily like having the dual straps on me with the dual camera straps. It's just not my taste, but I like being able to have the versatility of having a pouch, on my side, and that way I can swap and do things in and out just as I, feel needed, and I don't feel rushed or I feel like something's gonna bang around or break or anything like that. So this is an option I've always really wanted, and when I started testing it out, I just felt that it worked for me. So a bag like this is really great because you could put extra flashes in here, a little bit of extra gear. I mean, you can even use it to travel, which I wouldn't do, and I don't really prefer this for street photography, but as an accessory bag and another little help, part of your workflow, it can work pretty well. Just said right off the bat, the material is very, very, it's very rugged, it's very tough, and I think it's even kind of slightly weatherproof, so I believe that this holds up very well. Nothing's really cheaply made with this bag. Manfrotto makes a lot of great stuff. I mean, the clasps right here, they're metallic, so they work well. They're very reliable. The plastic clips work easily on this. There was kind of nothing spared at this. The shoulder longer strap could also be probably a little bit longer and a little bit more comfortable, but it is for, it is what it is for what it is. They say that, this is pretty good if you're putting this on luggage, that this slips on very well. But overall, something this big, this affordable, is not that bad. So that's really awesome. And everything's really accessible, which is awesome. Like, things aren't actually going to fall out. You do have a Velcro strap though. That's right here. But in the front or in here, this is where you can store a lot of accessories. So in here, you can have like, your pens, business cards, lens caps, batteries, which is what I would put in the front pouch right here. But once again, that's hidden and it's more discreet. It's not out in the open. But as you open this up, you'll see inside, and obviously you'll see in a close-up, you'll see it also has a little camera vault that's kind of a hidden, a throw-in feature for something like this. Now, once again, this will fit these smaller cameras, but I found that I didn't even need this. But like I said, with something like this, you can even attach it to your belt if you want. Doesn't seem like it's the most reliable there, but this is something that if you have a smaller system that this could work, or once again, if you're carrying around flashes or a lens that could fit this, this will really work. But I found that I didn't even need this. I really trusted the padding and everything that was inside to hold exactly what I needed, and that's why I got it. And I trust this 100%, and plus it's attached to my body, it doesn't matter. So right in the middle of here, you could also pretty much, it says 11-inch notebook or laptop or a tablet, iPad, all that kind of stuff. I actually was able to fit a 13-inch. I mean, it was really a little bit of a stretch, but I was able to put a 13.3-inch Apple MacBook Air in here. I think that's what he used. So we put that in there, and it actually fit, pretty much fine as well. And that's just in the middle of everything. But once again, it just adds more padding. So this is very soft right here. It's a very soft material. And the other cool part is kind of hidden as well because it's dark, is you can have like a cell phone pouch or another place to put something on the lid as well. So you do have a multitude of options, and you get, something like that in here as well. But everything's soft. The inside's soft padding. Maybe if you want to put some type of filters in here or anything like that, if you don't have cases for them, you could absolutely do that as well. But for the price of this, for the overall use of this bag, this just has a lot of little functions that I really enjoyed about this. Once again, this is the Manfrotto Allegra 10. Once again, check it out. Just with the size of it here, you don't need that camera shell. You can fit in maybe a DSLR, a couple, maybe 2 lenses, or you could put in a multitude of lenses and things that you want to carry around for your event or your wedding photography. But I think that this is a really great bag to help out what you may need to have with you when you don't feel like lugging around like my rolling bag or anything like that. this could be a very, very good option. So I'm sure you're gonna be seeing that in some of my future videos as well. Once again, the only thing I really think, the strap should just be a little bit longer and maybe a little bit more comfortable, different material. But besides that, there's really no downfall to the bag. Of course, you wish it's bigger, but they do make bigger ones that cost more money. So I'm gonna leave a link to B&H and Amazon down below. Check that out if you really wanna, use something like that. But I really enjoy it because, it is what it is, and it was well worth the price. So that's all I got. Manfrotto Allegra 10. It's a really good option. Once again, without the insert that it has, which that's a cool kind of throw in, the camera vault they call it, you can get something that could work very well, and it's gonna be safe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you used a bag like this? Would you use a bag like this? What else can you use a bag like this for? Thank you so much for watching. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Have a good one.